Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live coverage of the World Cup. I thought I would get here on camera and kind of go over the games. And if anybody wanted to chat live with me, we can talk about the games. The USA game is about to start in about 30 minutes. So maybe I thought for at least 30 minutes, we can talk about their chances versus England, how the rest of the group is going. I have all the scores back here and anything else you guys want to talk about. So, talking about the game with the USA, it's a must win for them in their group. They have to either win the game today versus England or win the game versus Iran. That's it. Even if they tie any of those games, they're not going to qualify. So it's going to be pretty tough for them. England just came off beating Iran by 6-2 when they first met on Monday. And so they're sitting pretty. They have a great offense. The USA is a young team, so that's going to be a little hard for them. On paper, obviously, England looks best and they should take care of business. But as we have seen in the World Cup, we have had amazing surprises. We had Saudi Arabia beat Argentina, Japan beat Germany. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I think at the end, England is going to win this game, and that would mean that USA would have to beat Iran in the last game if they want to qualify. Now, Iran has played amazing. Even in their loss to England 6-2, they did great. And if you guys saw the game, you will see that the score really doesn't show how well they did in the game. And today, when they played earlier, they showed it by beating Wales 2-0 and dominating in that game this morning. That was a 5 a.m. game this morning. I got up early to see it, and it was worth it. Says Boris, how are you? You said I'm not going to win today. Hope you will win. Well, we'll see. I know. I agree with you. I'm actually surprisingly enough. USA is not my team. I mean, if they win, it's good. I'm actually rooting for some other teams that I've root for all my life before I even started living here in the United States. But if they win, it's gonna be an amazing game because they are the underdogs for sure. Also, my Gators play today, Boris. They play tonight against the Seminoles. I thought that's what you were talking about. That's going to be a tough game, too. So, yeah, Boris, your team is doing very well. I know you're rooting for England, and so they won already their first game 6-2. So that's a good way to start, especially because that gives them a goal differential of 4. And I wanted to kind of talk to the people that don't understand the scoring very much. So real quick, what happens is if you win, you get 3 points. If you tie, you get 1 point, and if you lose, you get 0 points. You get to play against each team in your group. So there's 4 teams on each group. So you get to play 3 games, and mathematically, if you're tied, then what it's the tiebreaker is the goal differential, meaning how many goals you score for versus how many they score against you. And so when you see the charts on the TV, you'll see that it's going to be the points, and then beside it is going to be like a 4 or a -2 or something like that. That's the goal differential. So you want to be in the positives just in case there's a tie. Already, one team has been mathematically eliminated, and that's Qatar. They just by Ecuador and Netherlands tying just a few minutes ago, that gave them 4 points. So Qatar has only one game left. So no matter what they do, even if they win, they can only get 3 points. So they are eliminated. So the only teams that have a chance to advance is going to be now between Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands on the Group A. That's the first team eliminated from the World Cup. No one else has been eliminated yet. So everybody's still in contention. All right, Boris says that Gators will win today. Oh, you're watching Baylor and Texas. I haven't been watching much college because I've been just watching the soccer from the time starts at 5 in the morning until the last game at 2. I've been doing that every single day. So that's pretty much what I've been doing. So You want to? I'm gonna put the link here. If you want to come here live or anybody else, I'm gonna put the link. Let's see. There we go. All right, there's the link. So if anybody out there wants to come on, you can always come here and chat with me. So yeah, so group by group. The games today. This is going to be the last one. It's going to be the USA game. In Group C, we have no one is eliminated yet, and everybody has a good chance. We saw the one of the biggest upsets. We saw Saudi Arabia beat Argentina 2-1. Nobody expected that. I didn't expect that at all. The Mexico and Poland, I pretty much I predicted that was going to be a tie, so that's no surprise there. Still, the favorites here are Argentina and Mexico, but now that Saudi Arabia won, that kind of puts them in the driver's seat. They could surprise and come out of top here and leave either Mexico or Argentina out of the contention. I think Poland right now looks like the weakest team, but we will see. Well, there's plenty of games left here. On Group D, France took care of business versus Australia. That was to be expected. I don't think that wasn't any surprise that France beat Australia. And then Denmark and Tunisia tied. Um, Again, like I told you, I've seen every game. I wasn't very impressed with those teams yet. So out of this group, I there was no team that kind of stood out as being an amazing team. Now, when we go over here, Japan really looked very aggressive, and what they did was in the first half they just took it easy. They took it easy. They conserved energy, and Germany was winning 1-0, and then in the second half, Japan just came out crazy, and they just attacked the ball. They were very very aggressive, and they scored two goals. Germany looked like a tired team towards the end, which is very unusual for them. But that's what they look. They look very very tired. And then Spain, obviously, I mean, they've been champions before, and they're about making those little passes. The statistics was that in the first half, they made over 500 passes. I don't know what was the statistic for the whole game, but I'm sure they got 1,000 passes easy. That's how they play. They play little passes, and they just get the ball there really close, and they create a lot of chances for them. So Spain was definitely impressive, and Japan was just they were just very smart in that game, leaving all their energy onto the second half. Here we had Morocco and Croatia. That was a tie game. They kind of played, almost seemed like they were playing for a tie. And then, I expected more from Belgium. They beat Canada 1-0. Canada actually looked really good. I was impressed with them because I wasn't expecting much from them. And they actually have some offense. They have some people in the front there that can create some plays. And they really surprised me. They could even come out of this group and surprise everybody and leave Croatia and Morocco out of it because they look that good. Um, we have Switzerland and Cameroon, and even though Switzerland won 1-0, I like how Cameroon play. A lot of offense, completely opposite from Spain. Spain is a lot of passes. Cameroon is just a lot of long balls, and they just want to do a lot of fast breaks. So it's very exciting to watch them. Didn't work out for them, but they had plenty of chances, and they were close in a lot of them. Um, yeah. So Boris is saying France is strong and Japan over Germany. I agree with you, Boris. France is strong. I just feel that the defense is not. I mean, almost like they're all offense, and when it comes to defense, I don't know. I just felt that. Hey, Bob, how are you, Bob? Don't know if you're watching the World Cup, but I've been enjoying seeing the World Cup and seeing the people in the stands how they just party and dance and sing. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's really fun. So I'm just going here through the games of what has happened so far and what I thought of the teams. And then we have Brazil. They look good. I mean, it almost like they had a little slow start, but then once they scored that goal, they were just just shooting on goal, shooting on goal, shooting on goal. I think they had, I forgot, it was maybe 21, 20 some shots on goal. So it was very exciting to see them kind of. They have a great team. They have a lot of skilled players, and they're also about the offense for sure. But they play good defense. Um, and then the last group here, Group H, we had Uruguay and Korea go to a tie. I predicted that that was going to be a tough game for Uruguay because Korea plays tough, and they did. I was expecting more from Uruguay, but again, they seemed towards the end to be happy with just kind of being safe in this one and keeping at a tie. And then Portugal got a little scare at the end there with Ghana. They took out Ronaldo and everything when they were up 3-1, and Ghana almost came back and tied the game. There was a play there at the end where the goalie of Portugal just wasn't paying attention, and he dropped the ball, and the Ghana player was just hiding behind and took it from him and almost scored, and that would have ended up in a tie. That would have been crazy. So they had a little talking to the goalie on that one for sure. So yeah, so I mean, Portugal looked good, but again, I wasn't that impressed. I think that against Ghana, they should have done better. Almost like they just couldn't get it together, and they almost lost at the end there. So again, the teams out of this first round that looked really good, I would say Spain looked really good. Um, I will say actually Iran actually has looked really good. That game that they lost against England, take into account that their goalie got hurt at the beginning, their starting goalie. So whether that has something to do with it or not, I felt that they really look good. So I was impressed with them. And then of course England, I think they're a very consistent team, and I expect them to win today. And of course Saudi Arabia is one of the biggest surprises. So they look great. Also Senegal. I think Senegal is a very tough team, and I expect them to give Ecuador a heck of a game. So that group, those three teams, that's gonna it's hard to predict who's gonna come out of those two because it's gonna be tough. Yeah. So all right. So Boris, how about you? What do you think? Tell me some teams that have impressed you there. I know your team is England. Any other teams that have impressed you so far? I'm gonna smoke a pipe so I can become smarter. Actually, those games, that game, the Portugal game was an exciting game. To be honest, the Brazil one was kind of slow at the beginning, but then it got going in the second half. And all the teams of that I've watched from the nation of Africa, and actually the Arab nations, Cameroon and Senegal and Saudi Arabia, they have all played. Iran, they have all played amazing. I'm very impressed with them. They were not doing giving much chance, but they're playing really good. Italy didn't make it. All right, here's Boris. All right. Yeah, Bob, Italy didn't make it this year, which is kind of a strange thing because they're one of the teams that have won it the most. So not having them in this World Cup, it feels kind of weird. There you are, Boris. You got great background. I love your background there with
Yeah,
Messi.
it's Lampard, Frank Lampard.
Let me turn up the volume so I can hear you. There we go. I can hear you now. Go ahead. Tell me.
Frank Lampard. That one.
What's that?
Frank Lampard.
Oh, that's not Messi. Look like Messi.
Okay. That's one famous goal celebration. What? actually it was in front of cop, but that is my friend's takeoff from that.
Okay,
It's actually painted on my wall.
that's from Chelsea, right? Also, it's painted on your wall.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
yeah, the wall. Yeah.
that is really neat. No, mine is just a poster that is coming off after the World Cup is over, and I put back my Star Wars things. So tell me, Boris, what have you thought about the World Cup? Have you been able to watch all the games from Finland over there?
I haven't watched all the games, too much games, but most of the games, yes. Uh, England looked good. Spain looked really good. France good. Brazil is okay. So, that's those are the ones that has impressed most.
Hmm. What do you think? You think? What is your prediction for the England USA game? You think it's going to be a blowout, a complete blowout?
No, no, I don't. I don't think so. But maybe it's something like 2-0 or even 2-1, 3-1, something like that.
Close game. I
Yeah,
think that they have the chance to play very defensively and keep it close, but I don't know. I feel that at the end, they're gonna run out of gas, and I think in the second half, especially towards the end of the second half, it's gonna be all England, and that's gonna be the difference. But again, that's just me, just going by paper and seeing how United States played against Wales, and then compare how England beat Iran, and then how Iran played against Wales.
yeah.
It just doesn't bode well for USA, but we have here the experts on the TV. They're picking England to win 2-1. Somebody's saying there's going to be 1-1. So they're thinking it's going to be a low scoring game.
I wouldn't be surprised even if it would be even game. Well, it would be a surprise, but not so big surprise.
Well, any team can just play defense. You know what I mean? And they can just put five on the back and just kind of try to make it a very close game. So I mean, that could be a strategy, but I don't know. I don't. I think there's going to be more goals than that, but that's just me. I think.
US need this more than England this time. England has a W in already, so they are not so urgent situation like US is.
Oh yeah, you're right. If it's closer and then it's towards the end of the game, England is gonna be fine with a tie. I mean,
Yeah,
that just gives them another point, and they're still sitting pretty with 4 points. Now USA, it's not. USA needs to win. So I think that if in the second half, this is still tied long, I see the USA kind of changing it up to try to score because they don't want to risk it against Iran. Iran is really tough. I don't know if you've seen any of their game, but they have played really good. I think that USA is going to have a really hard time beating Iran.
they played England the first round. So yeah, I saw that.
You saw that game, right? I mean, I know England beat them 6-2, but again, the goalie was hurt, and he had to leave right at the beginning.
That was a weird game. I've never seen a football game so long.
Yes. Well, they had a meeting. The referees had a meeting with the media and the coaches, and before the World Cup started, and said that this time they wanted
Yeah,
to give the fans the true time. So they're putting every single minute, second. So there
yeah,
was a game that they added 14 minutes. I've never seen that.
right, yeah. It's now it's a quite a norm that after the first half, it might be 6 minutes added.
Yes, it was. Yeah, before that, you're right. If they were at 6 minutes, you would be like, "Wow, that's a lot." They
Yeah.
added 14 minutes. They added 9 minutes. Every game has been like that, and they said that was they're gonna do. They want to make sure that every second is accounted for, so that I guess people
I
get.
like it. Actually, yeah.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, but you gotta be ready for it because when you're winning and it's the last half, and then they add 40 more minutes, you feel like you're playing overtime. and you're ready to go home, and so it takes
Yeah.
a little more for these
But
players.
you, like in that England Ireland game, the first half was 10 minutes, 14 minutes overtime, and the second was 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's almost another whole game there. That's and even though they stopped
And
play,
they played even more than those,
yeah,
even longer, because there was
yeah.
some.
And what happens is during those 14 minutes, things happen.
Yeah,
So it was even longer than 14 minutes. So
yeah.
yeah. But of course, for us, the fan, we want to see them play as long as possible because it's fun for us to see them. So, what do you think about this video replay? These computers, they can spot even if the shoe is offside. I mean, have you seen that? That is pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's always controversial, but I like when if there is a technique that make right calls. So
Yes,
why
exactly.
not?
I like it because I mean, of course, you know that they're gonna get the right call. Sometimes you are annoyed that it was just a little
Yeah,
foot because it happened in one of the first games, but it is the right call whether we like it or not. Now, they have used it a few times to also call a penalty, and that's kind of a little, I don't know, tough because they've been kind of inconsistent. In some, you see that the guy held them and threw them in the ground, and there was no review, and in
yeah.
some there was a review, so that's kind of strange.
Offside is easy because it's either you are onside or offside. But
Exactly.
those what is the what amount of contact you should have to give penalty, or that's always well, there was a contact but it was light, or and next time uh, they give a penalty for
Yeah. It's very subjective. Yeah, it's different. Like you said, offside is easy. You either offside or not. But
yeah.
then the penalties, that's more subjective. Did he hit him hard enough? Did he really trip him? Was it both of them fighting for the ball? I mean, yeah. And so that's where the inconsistency happens. And I've seen it already where they have called, a penalty from the review for a foul that you saw in another game that they didn't call it. So I think we're going to have more controversy with those.
I still think it's uh, something going like forward, because the same thing. It was the same, pretty much same before that. Just happened on the field.
Mhm.
So either the ref saw that situation or not.
Well, yeah. Now they've been consistent with the yellow card so far. I've liked that the referees have been keeping everybody, kind of from fighting. They've kept the discipline. They seem like they're in control. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And this the crowd is been pretty good. I mean, you expect that in a place that Qatar, a place that is kind of not as common for some people, that they might not have a lot of people watching, but I'm seeing right now, and that's a good crowd. That's a good crowd for England and USA. That
But
the bleachers are pretty full.
most of the games they are almost empty. Not empty, but half.
Well, for example, they were showing which nations bought the most tickets, and number one was the United States.
Yeah.
Well, second to Qatar, but then it was USA, and I forgot which one was the other one. But there's some nations that they have a lot of people coming, and others they just don't have the same
I
crowd. I guess.
how much of those US guys are from military bases quite near them.
What was that, Boris?
I wonder how much of those US uh,
Oh, who has the fewest? Oh, I'm sure I'll research that out and have it for you. So
uh,
RB, join us. How are you, RB? You're going for Brazil. Well, your team is doing very good, RB, and they're very exciting. I saw them yesterday. They kind of warmed up after the first goal. Before that, they were the first half was kind of slow for them. And they had a lot of missed shots on goal. They had to talk to the guy Junior and I forgot who the other guy was. They were just not with it. I suspect the second game they're gonna score lots more, but you have a good team there if you're rooting for Brazil for sure. I wish there were more fans here. I don't know how many in the YTPC follow the World Cup, the soccer. I'm guessing not many people do. But I follow all kinds of sports.
Williams, they prefer not.
I wonder if Mike is rooting for Canada. Like I said, they play very well from Briar Blues. I gotta get in touch with him and see if he cares about soccer or not, or football. I wonder if they call it soccer in Canada or football.
I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
It's football for me.
So we didn't see much from Kane on the first game, so maybe he'll get his on this one. He got the golden boot. I think it was the last time around, right? Or the one before that. Harry. So he RB, I'm smoking Ghost of Christmas Future. That's what I'm having. It's an aromatic, and I'm smoking it on an old Peterson pipe. It's just a little kind of fruity kind of tobacco, pipe tobacco with some apricot and vanilla and caramel. So, elbow, go USA. Robbie Steele, how are you? Yeah, they're about to start, and they have the youth going for them. That's pretty much all they have, and if they play with all their hearts out, and that youth outplays the England, they have a chance. If they don't, if their youth they're not having a lot of experience gets to them, then it's gonna get ugly. So we'll see. You'll see. This first half is gonna say a lot. If I was them, I would try to keep it low scoring at least on the first half, so it doesn't get out of hand and play good defense. Because England could score before you know it. This game could be 4-0. So, how about you, RB? Are you a pipe smoker there? You guys are welcome to join the live here if you wanna join in. I put the link, and you can just click on it and join, or you can tell us about your teams. We'll watch here the game for a little bit, and after a little while, I'll go. But just wanted to kind of touch base, and if anybody had questions about the scores and what was going on. Sometimes you can keep track. Sometimes you don't know what's going on with all this. It's a different scoring system. So I went over it already. You can watch the video. But if you have any questions, you can always ask if you are there lurking in the background. So let me put the link here. If you guys want to join and join live, you're welcome to. Here you go. All right, so RB Smoking, Boswell, Pennsylvania, Dutch Treat. Yes, I've had that one actually. I have that one. I need to get it out of the cellar. I liked it. I think it was a sweet smoke too. If I'm not mistaken. Have you had that one's Boris there? The Dutch Treat from Boswell's?
No, wait. No Boswell tobacco on this side of pond.
Oh, you can't get Boswell's over there. They're gonna come out Monday with their Christmas pipes. They're gonna make 10 for this Monday, and I think they're gonna make 10 for each 3 Mondays, starting this Monday that comes up. So I don't know if you like their pipes. They like to make kind of big, chunky pipes. They're pretty nice. Their pipes are nice. I must admit. I think they're in Pennsylvania, close to New York.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Boswell's your favorite tobacco. I have quite a few from them. Northwoods is one of my favorites, of course, but on the non-aromatic side. And then RB, my favorite of the aromatic actually is called Raspberry Cream. Have you tried that one? Yes, that is a very, very good aromatic. Let me know if you try that one, because that one I highly recommend. If you like aromatics, Raspberry Cream is a good one for sure. So Boris, I don't know if I'm gonna do the college thing. We'll see tomorrow. If I do, it's gonna be just me. My son is in Tennessee, in one of those kind of log cabins kind of thing. So it'd be just me, myself, and I.
What time are you going to do it tomorrow?
I don't know. If I do it, it'll be closer to let's see, the first game. If I do it, I have to do it at 10 before the second game, because the second game is at 11, right? Yes. Yeah. So if I come on, I'm gonna come on around 10 this time. If not, then I won't do it. I'll just put a message or something.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to do it during the soccer games. Tomorrow we have Tunisia and Australia is the first one. Then we have Poland and Saudi Arabia. I'm interested in seeing how Saudi Arabia plays that second game. That's at 8. And then at 11, we have France. So that's a good game at 11. So definitely I'm not going to do it then, because I want to see France play versus Denmark. That's if they win that one, then that says a lot, because Denmark has more offense
they do
than the first team that they played, and that's what I mean. I mean, France played Australia, which they're just not that powerful, and Australia look good, and that should not be the case. So if Australia could score 1, Denmark could maybe score 2 on them. So this might be a offensive battle versus a defensive battle. It might finish 4-2 or 4-3, something like that. Now they have their stars. Let me tell you, every time Mbappe got the ball and he played with Dembele, I think is the other guy. Man, they were exciting. They were really exciting. That Mbappe is just fast and wow. So I mean, they have a good offensive team. If they can work on their defense, they're going to be tough to beat. But they have a good offensive team for sure. Did you see Belgium play?
I saw. Yeah.
What do you think of them?
They are okay, but wasn't very impressed of their game.
I was expecting more. Yeah, I just don't understand why they only score one, and they have an all-star team, and
They do.
they even have Lukaku waiting. If they make it further enough, he's actually in the team hurt, waiting. If they make it, he might play. So, I mean, they have. I don't know why they're not scoring more. They frustrate me a little bit.
Half of the players, almost half of the players, have been Chelsea squad.
So their players play opposite to the Chelsea squad. So you know them very well, right?
Well, very well, but okay, I know.
You just root against them, but you know them very well. Yeah, they have good players. They have very good players. Everybody says that this is their last year because those players may not come back in 4 years. They had a good team for the last 8 years, and they just haven't been able to pull it together. I think they can do more for sure, but we'll see. I think we're going to have at least one surprise team or two, make it here. Whether it's an African team or a team from the Arab nations, I think we're going to have a surprise. And I think that'd be nice to have someone new, make it a little more exciting.
Japan might be one.
Japan, yeah. Japan, again, they just saved it until the second half. I wonder if they're going to do the same technique against other teams. But because the first half, I don't know. They just didn't do much. Who they play next? They play Costa Rica next, so they can win. They can win that game. Costa Rica didn't look that good, so they can win that game. Now, all the Latin countries are pretty tough, though. They're pretty physical. I don't know if you've seen Ecuador play, but they're very physical, and they have played very well. That's a team that we haven't mentioned, but Ecuador is playing really well. Oh. Oh my, that could have been the goal.
Yeah, was close.
That could have been the first goal right there. Wow. He was trying to kick it between his legs. You saw that? He should have gone for the left post instead. All right, we got a corner kick here. Let's see. Nope.
This time you are behind.
Wow. I'm behind here on my
Yeah, like last time I was about 20 seconds behind you. This time you are.
Well, I think this time where it's at is closer to you. Other than England, Boris, what other team would you like to see get far here? What team that you usually don't root for would you like to see go far?
Spain.
Spain, okay. Do any of those players play for Chelsea?
Actually, I'm not sure. This is pretty embarrassing. Because when they play in Chelsea, I don't. think about the nationalities, but
Well, that's why sometimes I'm asking you, because some people, because some of these players play for their club team, then when they play here, then they root for them. That was the case, when we had, I think it was Roberto Carlos, who was for Brazil, but he played for Real Madrid, who has a lot of fans, probably one of the teams with the most fans. They will be rooting for.
of course there is a Chelsea player in Spain, Azpilicueta.
Azpilicueta, yeah. It's neat to see them play, for their countries. I that's what I like about this. And some of them, not only do they play for the countries, but they play together in the same club, and that's an advantage, when you actually play in the same team.
I have to check if the Kepa plays also is in Spanish team in Spain. So he's a Spanish player, but I don't know if he's in the squad.
If he's in the, well, let's see. I think I have here the roster.
I don't think it is.
Let's see, Spain. Spain. Group E.
He's not.
No, he's not playing.
No.
Lorente, Pedri. Oh. Yeah, no, I don't see him here on this roster. At least not on this one. Mm-mm. Well, RB, Bob, I hope you enjoy. I hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving. And Boris, we'll watch the rest of the game here, and just wanted to come on here and say hi to everybody. I hope everybody has a good rest of the weekend. And yeah, Boswell is great. I wish I could send you some there, Boris, but I know there's difficulty sending stuff over there, because they do make some good tobacco for sure. Well, I'll let you know about tomorrow. Actually, what I'll do is I'll send you a message in one of the chat things that we've done, like you did last time, and that way you know if I'm gonna be coming on at 10.
So,
all right. See you guys. Bye, everybody. All right.